I'm so excited for this next recipe, I can hardly contain myself, because once you start ordering Thrive products, you build a home store, you have all these awesome, delicious, freeze-dried foods at your fingertips. Pretty soon you can create what we call the loaded burrito. So this recipe, the loaded burrito, is 2 segments, or basically 2 parts. One, we're going to make an enchilada sauce. It's not necessarily an enchilada, but we're going to top it and smother it like an enchilada. Go ahead and just add all your, the first 5 or 6 ingredients, which is going to be your water, Thrive onions, Thrive green chilies, some chili powder, some cumin, and some lime juice. Stir that up. Bring that to a good boil, okay? The next part is going to be the burrito filling. When your home store is working right, meaning you're stocked and loaded and you have all these delicious things in your home store, you can literally just go grab all your favorite things and concoct a delicious burrito like we did. So we're starting off by sizzling a little bit of butter and garlic together in this saucepan, okay? Now, when you're reconstituting or you're approaching some of our Thrive meats, now this is the cool part. One, you don't always have to reconstitute by adding water and refreshing them and then going to the pan. You can just take our meat in its dried state and just saute it. In its dried state, it's actually going to take on some nice toasted flavor from the pan. Go ahead and add your meat. And in this circumstance, I'm also going to add my beans. Once you have the pinto beans, the beef, and the sausage in there, go ahead and stir and coat those items with the butter and the garlic. And that's just adding another layer of flavor. When you cook, especially with Thrive, you want to layer things with flavor. So we're adding this first initial flavor, then we're going to add some more flavors, and pretty soon this all one big pot is going to come together very, very nicely. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and add some of our seasoning right into this one, right into our meat and beans. We're going to add our cumin, our chipotle powder, our chili powder. Go ahead and add the rest of the freeze-dried dry ingredients. That's Thrive instant rice, Thrive freeze-dried corn, dehydrated potatoes, Thrive green chilies, Thrive freeze-dried onions, Thrive mixed bell peppers. Stir that together. Now you can see you're getting some nice toasted flavor on the bottom of the pan. That's gonna add really nice flavor to that. Now go ahead and add your water. Instantly you hear the Thrive sizzle. The party's going on in the pot. Give that a stir. Add a few more ingredients. This is our Thrive Chef's Choice All-Purpose Blend seasoning. This is a little bit of beef bouillon. And then we have our Thrive freeze-dried cilantro to go in the filling as well. Now, once both of these are going, you want to bring those to a simmer. Allow them to simmer for about 2 to 3 minutes, letting those flavors just burst, those spices come out, and let the Thrive work. Once the filling and the sauce both have come to a simmer, flavors have allowed to pop, you can go ahead and start to finish them. So on the filling, when there's still just a little bit of juice left, go ahead and just lightly fold those tomatoes in, and they'll soak up some of that instant juice. And the reason why I put the tomatoes in last is because we're just like a regular tomato. If you cook and cook and cook them, they're just going to go to oblivion and there's not going to be anything there. And we want a little bit of texture from those tomatoes and flavor. So, so that filling's coming along nicely. Now we're going to take some of our Thrive Espanol sauce, brown sauce, and add it right to this enchilada sauce. And those flavors, I mean, this whole room is just smelling delicious. It's awesome. So just sprinkle in the Espanol sauce while you whisk to create lumping. Boom, 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 boom. Instantly you have a nice thicker sauce. So now take your sauce, come right over here to the blender. And on the sauce, we're going to finish with a couple things. We're going to finish with sour cream and cheese. Put the lid on, push go. The blender madness has worked perfectly. We now have some delicious, smooth, silky enchilada sauce. I'm going to take about 1/4 cup of the enchilada sauce and actually mix that right into the filling for the burritos. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to let that rest for a little bit and let that kind of flavor and soak up. Meanwhile, I'm going to get the tortillas and the cheese, and we're going to show you how to assemble these. Okay, now We've let this filling rest just for a little bit. We're gonna add half the cheese right into the filling, right when it's hot. Now we're gonna take a tortilla, and folding, it's not easy for everybody, but it really doesn't have to be hard either. So we're gonna take a fourth of the filling, which is quite a bit. These are loaded burritos, remember? And just take it, fold in the sides, bring this up, tuck that back, fold it up. This is ready to go in the oven just for the finishing touch. So I'm gonna take my delicious enchilada sauce we made. I'm gonna pour that all over this baby. That's right, soak those babies up. I'm going to take the rest of our reconstituted Thrive freeze-dried cheese and top these burritos with them. Now we're going to bake this in the oven about 350 to 400 degrees, any range, for about 10 minutes. The sauce is already warm, the filling's already warm. We're just melting the cheese, getting it bubbly and delicious, Thrive style. After about 10 minutes, we pull our loaded, delicious burritos out of the oven. You can see our freeze-dried cheese, just delicious and golden brown and melted. I'm so excited to offer you this wonderful, delicious burrito that comes from our Thrive freeze-dried foods. Thanks so much for being here in the Thrive Kitchen. This is Chef Talk.